A function is a block of code that has a name. We'll say instructions. Like if I tell you take out the garbage, that's a function that has a name. I don't need to describe to you where to find the garbage bag, how to tie it up, how to pull it out of the garbage can, and how to carry it outside to where the garbage bin is, right? So that's a function, that's a block of code, a set of instructions that has a name. Going to work, going to school, even doing your homework. All these things are things that have a name. Brushing your teeth. You don't need to describe what's inside there because it's already commonly known. An attribute is literally what something is. For example, flat or smooth is an attribute of this whiteboard. This whiteboard is smooth. It's also mostly white. That's another attribute. It has a wood frame. That's another attribute. A person is short. That's an attribute. Behavior. So there's attribute. Behavior is what something does. So round would be an attribute of a basketball. Bounce or roll are behaviors of what a basketball does. Okay. An object. That's something a little bit harder to describe, and we're just going to have to satisfy ourselves with a very loose definition of this. I'm going to say an entity that has attributes and behavior. So for example, a bicycle is an object, right? It has attributes. It's made of metal, has two wheels, has a handlebar. It has behavior. It can be pedaled, the handlebar can be turned, and so on. A human is an object in this sense, in the sense of programming. Has attributes, 4 limbs, a mouth, nose, a head, internal organs of various kinds, and has behavior. Eat, sleep, run, work, play, speak, that kind of stuff. Class. No, it's not where students sit in a classroom and learn something. In object-oriented languages, and particularly C++ and C#, a class is an object with particular attributes and behaviors. And which has a name. For example, we can come up with a automobile class, and some of its, you think about what attributes a car has, and it has wheels, it has a steering wheel, it has an engine, it has seats, it has a undercarriage, it has a chassis, all that kind of stuff. And behaviors, you know, you can turn on the engine, you can raise and lower the windows, open doors, and so on. we'll be talking about classes in greater detail. But not right now. Member. Attributes and behavior belonging to a class. Attribute or behavior belonging to a class. I think I'll leave that one there. The next two definitions will actually further explain this. A field. A field is not somewhere where grass grows, or you can play sports. It is a constant or variable belonging to a class. Okay? So fields are really attributes. Okay? So if we defined a car, a class, we could then create a field called number of wheels. And normally that field would be 4. Sometimes we could say, okay, maybe a 3-wheeled vehicle could actually qualify as a car. So we can use that as well. Or number of doors is actually an even better one. Some cars only have 2 doors, some have 4, some have 5 if you consider the hatchback, and so on. Or number of cylinders in the engine, so on. Okay. And last of all, but not least, method is a function belonging to a class. Or behavior. So in the case of a car, we could have a open door function, open window function, closed door function, close window, start engine, accelerate, brake, turn left, turn right, all those kinds of things. Put in gas. And I think we're going to stop here, and I'm sure you're excitedly waiting the next lecture.